Well, thanks for coming in, Coach. I know you're very busy, so I do appreciate that. You've been here almost a year now. How are you settling in?
It's been a whirlwind in terms of settling in, new environment, new group of players, staff, and moving home. So after moving to Westport, Connecticut, being there barely 6-7 months, and Rebecca now moving and having a new son. Apart from that, there's not been a lot going on.
Not a whole lot,
but
really.
no, I've thoroughly enjoyed the job so far, and everybody here at the club has made me feel so welcome. And the welcome, the warmth of this place, the people, whether it's at work or where I live, the Northern California people, any people that live here are fantastic people, and that really does make it an easier transition when you move so many miles away or twice like we've done. So I love the food. I love the healthy lifestyle. I think that the weather promotes that. You don't have to eat sausage mash and peas and gravy and bread and butter to keep warm. Yeah. you can just, you work in the sun and wear flip-flops and shorts, and so that really helps.
You sort of came in a situation halfway through the season. That's never easy for any manager, any coach in any sport to do.
Very rarely you go into a club where everything's, hunky-dory, so to speak. We were very disappointed that we didn't win the title last year. I mean, by win the conference, because I felt we should have done that. I felt we did ever so well last year. The group, the return of results was excellent. We just missed out in those final few games, and that can happen to any club. I think the players realise the core values I believe in, and I think they all want to be in an environment where they're respected.
Around the world, it's known as the beautiful game. What does that mean to you?
I've never been asked that question before, but just working in something you love doing is beautiful in itself, and I realise that now. Background I come from, my parents, they're not afraid to say it, working class people, worked so hard all their lives, my mum and my dad. I then want to convey that to the players, that we're damn lucky doing what we do.
And you bring your parents up. How did they have an influence on?
Be ready. So if my dad was out in the car, which he always was, revving the car up half an hour before we had to leave, it can't be my dad wanting it for me, right? He does want it. My dad was desperate for me to be a player. I have to want it. And what it involves being prepared, making sacrifices. So I had to make sacrifices. You have to be ready. If you can be ready and have the right attitude. I mean, it's said so many times, you see so many talented players have the wrong attitude. And then you see so many players that are not as talented, have a great attitude, and that carries them. So that was the one thing that they got me into good habits. And I think in any walk of life, you want to be successful, you've got to have some good habits.
What's the toughest part about this job?
Family, trying to remain normal when you win, lose or draw, when you try to remain unselfish, because it can be a really selfish job. So if you win a game of football, not that everything's rosy in the garden when you win, but it gives you a bit of breathing space. Certainly I come home with a smile on my face if we've won or drawn. If you lose or you've lost a couple of games, if I had a poor game as a player, it was on my mind, and I think that's what keeps you in a job. But balancing that with what mood will I be in that night? What sort of company will I be? I mean, it sounds very childish, but you try not to be like that. I think that's the most challenging thing, but I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at accepting defeat. The recovery time, I think, is quicker.
And congratulations again, you and Rebecca having a child. Edward
Thank
Teddy
you.
Buckle.
Yes, you got it spot on.
Has that changed you in the way that you coach? I mean, having a child at home, that changed your perspective on what you're doing here?
I get up a bit earlier in the morning. I think coming here, I changed. I always try to improve. I've really tried to improve over the last few years, certainly now with the lifestyle. Time's important to me. I manage time better. And Teddy coming along is fantastic, because it's something Rebecca and I dearly wanted. We're blessed. He's wonderful. And it just makes you fight even more, I think. I think to have somebody so young now, I didn't think that I would have children this late in my life. It's a beautiful thing, and he's fantastic.
What scarf is hanging in Teddy's room?
Well, he's got a USA kit. He's got an England kit. We're hiding the England kit at the moment, certainly after the Iceland game, that's for sure. But no, Rebecca will push and push for Crystal Palace along with her father, Chris. But if I have anything to do with it, he'll wear an Arsenal kit, a Republic kit, and then we'll take it from there.